Yeah, the season has been a roller coaster ride, and the good news is it's been a lot of ups.
Yeah, I mean, our mentality all season has kind of been a theme of humble and hungry. Trying to make sure we're not looking too far forward and not worried about what we've done in the past.
We've said multiple times in multiple games we've won that game on love, and we don't win some of those close games if we don't care about each other the way we do.
How together we are, and our togetherness and how much of a brotherhood we are has really propelled us to finish games off strong. When the other team is gassed and they can't finish the game off and it's the last few minutes of the fourth quarter and they might be up a little bit or we might be up a little bit, that's our time where we come together and we know that how tight we are as a team and as a family is always going to propel us to the finish line. Yeah, so I think at the beginning of the season, dating all the way back to September, we had a ton of captain's practices going basically every single week. And I think that was just a great way to meet the underclassmen, and for the underclassmen to get familiar with the upperclassmen. Working together was so crucial for our success early in the season. And I think that super translated with the box season. And that was like 8 or 9 games in the regular season. Then we had playoffs. And in my 4 years in Milton, we had never had a winning record in the box playoffs, or let alone make the playoffs. So that was a huge success for us to not only play in that playoffs, but to make the finals and end up winning it. I think that was just a huge testament to the work that we had put in previously. I think that having success in the spring was a legitimate thing for us.
We started down in Florida and had a good week down there and had some good opponents down there that we got to kind of see what kind of a team this was going to be, going into every season. I really don't know what my team's going to look like and what personnel is going to be on the field and who's going to be able to do the job. And leaving Florida, had a pretty good sense of what we were going to have with the team, and I was more impressed with the young guys than I thought I was going to be. I anticipated having some really talented young players, freshmen and sophomores, and many of them were exceeding my expectations, and which was fun and exciting.
Our season starts though early March, and we get to play 2 out-of-conference games versus Exeter and Brewster, which was canceled. But started off with a tough loss versus Exeter, but showed a lot with our defense there, and showed that we can hold teams to a short amount of goals, and we knew our offense was going to get rolling. So. And
then going into the season, I think that the first home game, when we had Belmont Hill come to us, and they hadn't lost a regular season game in over 2 years, there was a lot of pressure on them and not a lot of pressure on us. And our coach always likes to say we were playing with house money, which I think was so true, and all the guys believed that. It was this kind of sense of they had everything to lose and we had nothing to lose. So they got off to a 4-0 lead, and we battled back quickly. Ended up scoring 7 straight goals and getting up 7-4 heading into the fourth quarter, and then they kind of just put the foot on the pedal in the fourth quarter, and we played 3 great quarters of lacrosse, but just couldn't finish it off. But I thought that was a good start to the season for us, and that taught us that we could play with anybody in the league, and
kind of showed that any game in the ISL is going to be a battle, and that any team can win on either side of the ball.
Another game that I loved was the Rivers game, where we went to Rivers. I mean, that's always a fun game. We always compete with them a lot. It's Coach Goodrich's alma mater, so he always wants that one, and I think that effort that he puts into preparing for that game definitely wears off on all of us, and it makes us all want to compete even harder, not only for ourselves but also for him, because we know how badly he wants that one. And they were up 2 goals, I think, with about a minute left.
And the team didn't even bat an eye. They just stayed the course. Natty was able to score a goal while drawing a penalty, and we ended up getting a man-up face with 55 seconds left in the game. Their face-off guy actually won the face-off, kicked the ball out of bounds. Ball goes to us. We immediately do a good job clearing it. and got our man-up unit on the field and executed one of our man-up plays pretty flawlessly. First look wasn't really there. Shazo made the second look to Max, and Max stepped into it and put it in the back of the net with 18 seconds left. And next thing you know, we're walking off the field with a win.
That was an awesome win for us early in the season. Looking back on it, I mean, that was a huge win for us. They're a great team. They're probably going to be in playoff contention. So getting that win was massive for our success going forward.
Had a number of other games. We had another close one with BB&N, and overtime. We played some bad lacrosse that day,
and came out on top in overtime. A little closer than we wanted it to be, but we got the job done. That was all that matters. And once again, that was just another game that established the foundation of our team, and not giving up and coming back in the fourth quarter, whether it was a close game or not.
Sure enough, a couple games later, we're playing RL at home and back on the same field, and we find ourselves in an overtime game again. And
Roxbury line got the fans' heart pounding again with that overtime win. What was it, 7-6 was the final score. Really, really great game defensively, both sides of the ball. RL had a great defense, and our boys really played well, both sides of the ball, and offense just getting the job done. And so.
Everyone has something little they can learn. I know Silas was out here doing extra with coach before practice. I know guys were shooting me videos last night saying, should have had this one, should have had that one. If everyone's feeling like they could have done one thing more and they could have something to learn from, then we're going to be in a pretty good spot as a team. And every game, there's going to be all kinds of mistakes. But if we can make more plays than the mistakes that happen in the game, then we win the game. That's how the outcomes happen. And we didn't get that done yesterday, but we got to move on. So we learn from it and we move on.
Yeah, there's no doubt, man up was a struggle for us for Scovs, and those are big opportunities you don't want to let up, especially when you go 1-7.
A lot of them were 30-second penalties, so it's not like we had tons of time to work it a lot. But the biggest thing that me and coach are noticing is that when we're in our base, and we're just playing man up, nobody moves.
When I say zip the ball, does that mean just like stand around, zip it around? Move your feet. You got to move the defense. They have 5 guys on the field versus our 6. We should score every single time.
We definitely pride ourselves in our man up and being able to get an easy goal out of that. And lost by 1, so we definitely could have used a couple of those there. Came back the next practice. We went, I think, 6 for 6 or 6 for 7 on the defense that practice. Just everything was clicking. We were finding looks, reading the defense, and we were scoring on our shots.
We're just going to keep getting better and keep getting better. Iron sharpens iron. Good job all around. We got everybody on the field today. I saw a lot of good things from every single player on this team. It was great to see all the playing time. Keep going, okay? We're not there. You have to stay hungry. You have to stay hungry, and you have to stay humble. And I don't think that would be...
Anyone can step up and beat a team, so we really got to bring our A game and make sure that we take a step forward instead of one back.
Our back's up against the wall right now. Yeah, we all have high goals. We want to reach the playoffs, and we want to play the playoffs, and we want a chance at this thing. Well, we're not going to have a chance at the thing if we lose tomorrow. I'm telling you that right now. You got to win tomorrow. And that team that's coming in here is a good team. They're capable of beating us, 100%. You have to believe that. Defense down that end, offense down here shooting. What everyone was saying is number 6 and number 5 are the most capable Dodgers. But they're going to feed, and the other guy at number 10 scores a lot of goals. All right, so number 6 is a lefty. He's an attackman, and he plays on the lefty wing. Okay, Dion, that's going to be your matchup. All right, number 10 is also an attackman. Nally, that's going to be your matchup. Number 6 is going to try to come sweeping over the top, come off a pick, and take his shots coming off the picks. Does that make sense? Number 5 likes to do the same thing. All right, hey, we're getting into a game. We're getting into a game. Good, I like it, Ben. Hey, go over there, go over there, go over there, go over there. Good. That's what I wanted to hear right away, because it's really important off these skip passes that he has help. Does that make sense? If it skips through, they're going to dodge that short stick right away, and we have to be ready to support them. We can't be stuck on an island in those situations. So great job. We're going to start in a 1-for-1. The two cutters are going to come out. Just get it around quick again. Just keep spreading the defense out. When it goes back to Maddie behind, then the two cutters come down. You're looking for a skip pass to Marco. That's the biggest hit in that. And if it's not there, don't hang on to it like forever. If they close it out, it's not there. Move it up to the wings, and then Shazo and Natty and guys up top, we got to start to just look inside, especially when the two guys are inside. When it goes back from Marco to Max, then you slide into the crease and you get off. But it has to go down to Maddie. Make sure it goes down to the edges. Those edges, look to catch and shoot early. You got me? I want to see what the defense does against this. Plus, it's a good offense to run.
We swing the ball around quick. Once it gets at X, the two guys up top come down.
Guys, real quick. I've seen teams like this where everyone loves everyone. You have 10 seniors on this team that have 3 regular season games left. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, you have more years to do that. If anything, play your asses off these next 3 games. Do not take a playoff. Do not take anything for granted. These guys have put in so much work to lead you, practice through practice, game through game, and each have done their part. So make sure you guys do your part for them to work your asses off, not only for the team, but for your seniors, these next 3 games and into the playoffs. However we do it, we owe them that much, and you guys owe yourselves and the team that much. Do not take any plays off. Do not take any team for granted. That's not what we're about, and that's not what the ISL is either. Like, every team is tough.
We have to dominate the GBs today, fellas. We have to. We cannot get sucked into a game where we're thinking that we can just run by and do it all ourselves. That is going to be a mistake today. This is the playoffs, fellas. That's how you have to look at it. This is the playoffs. If we play together today as a team, we play confident, and we play humble, we're going to run this team off the field. Let's go.
Don't need to force a shot. Don't need to force it inside, right? Have a lead, play with the lead, stop on their throws.
Hey, I want to work harder. Let's work even harder right now, boys.
I knew that after the first quarter, they were going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment to that style of play, and they were going to try to get more aggressive initially. So that opened up me going forward a little bit more. And to start the second quarter off that first phase, I knew that, they were putting a pull on me, and I knew that he was going to try to get aggressive and be on my hands. So I had a quick pinch and pop out, and ended up going forward and scoring a goal. And I think that really made me really happy, because that preparation that I had going into that Lawrence game ended up helping me out big time. I knew that as the second quarter and third quarter started to begin, that they were going to get really aggressive on me.
I'll tell you what, I'm not satisfied offensively. It's 0-0 right now, and we come out flying. Get the ball to the offense, sharp. Keep your head up, keep the ball moving, be smart with our possessions, and we just work on them every single play. This game is going to start to get chippy. But it's only going to get chippy one way, because you guys are going to keep your cool and just play lacrosse. You got me? You simply play the game of lacrosse. That's all you're doing. Niche. Niche, you ready? All right, let's get Niche in the game. George, you got the face off. All right. Hey, Beckett, I want you going for Shazo right now, okay? Hey, I'm not going to make tons of them, but I'm going to start to make some more subs as we go. Those are the ones I'm making right now. Everyone be ready to play. Hey, nothing changes. Yep. We keep our foot on the gas the whole time. Everybody understand? Yep. but I liked how we just worked through the mistakes. Okay, and we just kept playing lacrosse, and that's why the scoreboard reflected that. Okay, we got to continue to know how to do that, how to step on a team's neck, you know, and we're better than them. We got to go out and play better than them, and we got to share the ball. I loved seeing the ball work on offense. It was the first time all season I saw us like really looking for one more rather than goals, and I loved it. So keep that going. Really proud of you guys. I'm proud of the way you guys handled yourselves today. Don't forget what I talked about this week, right? You are not important as an individual. You are not, except for the impact that you make on the others around you, right? Jackie Robinson was not wrong by saying that. Remember it as you go through class. Remember it as you walk around campus. Remember it as you do your internships, seniors. Remember it as you interact with everybody. And as you grow older, you'll learn that these are just games. They're not the important things. The important things are you. And who are you as a person? How much integrity do you have? Can you look yourself in the mirror and be proud of what you see? Those are the important things that matter. And do not forget it.
Hey, Coach said this week the game.
Because we're going into now the most important game of the season.
It hasn't been shown to them, but it's been shown in the league, and it's something we can come out with a W, but it's going to be a battle.
That team is so competitive, and it's kind of like a crosstown rivalry. We only live like 10, 15 minutes away from them.
And we haven't done a good job of being aware of, like, they're one guy. We're letting one guy kill us right now.
Will Valley is just contagious kind of energy.
I saw it, Niner!
Yeah, Silas is, he's just the best kid.
National stuff shows all day. I think this team can beat any team in the league. And I'd love to match ourselves up against an opponent we haven't seen and see where the chips fall.